the first book that I picked for this video is If He Had Been With Me. I think this has been on my TBR for like over 2 years. Yeah, it must be, because over 2 years? I think so. Georgia read this when they went on the cruise. I can't remember if that was last year or 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Anyway, besides the point. If you don't know what this is about, which I'd be surprised if you don't, because it's literally like everywhere, or was, so maybe you might not know. It basically follows the story of Autumn and Finn, who were like inseparable best friends, and then something happens and they're not talking anymore, and that's basically like the whole story. And it's basically just following their friendship, but like, I think, so you get told like in the first chapter, like I'm guessing you get told in the first chapter that's the thing that like causes them to not be friends. We don't really know why. So yeah, so I started reading this yesterday. I only read it like a little bit. I'm 30 pages in already. It's really easy to read. Like the chapters are really short, which is probably why it feels really easy to read. But like feel like I could definitely get into this and get through it, which is good. I think it's like nearly 400 pages. Yeah, just under 400. It's 391 or 392. And I'll talk to you when something big happens or I have something else to say. We're gonna ignore the mess that is my bed, because this is just a quick update before I go out and start running some errands and then come back to finish this book. That is why I've not spoken to you, because I basically cannot put this down. I think I read a big chunk yesterday. I'm now on page 294. I've got about 100 pages left. I'm determined to finish this book today. I'm still really enjoying it. Like, it's just so, we all know I love Cleopatra and Frank. Okay, nothing really happens in that book, but things happen. Lessons in chemistry, again, nothing really happens in that book, but things happen. This is the same kind of style of book. Like, you're just following Autumn around as she like goes about navigating being a teenager and all those things that come with that, and like having your first boyfriend and watching your friends all like navigating those friendships and all these things, and then you've just got her like basically, you know, her and little Finny. Like, it's just a wholesome book, and I don't know why the reason I put this off for so long is because apparently the ending is really sad. Okay, I'm expecting a sad ending, but I don't know why I put that off for so long. Why I put it off because of that. Because actually this book is just like good vibes. That's literally the only way to describe this book. Good vibes. So I'm definitely going to finish this today. And when I do, I will tell you how I feel about it. But as of right now, I really like it. Really, really like it. What happened, this is not a spoiler, between Sasha and Jamie, I anticipated happening because it was just inevitable. Yeah, it's just like navigating being a kid, and that it comes with lots of different turmoil and heartbreak and things like that. But we're reading it, we're loving it, and we're going to finish it. I just finished it. Sad ending, really sad ending, but overall a very good book. Definitely one that if you haven't read that you should read, but I'm pretty sure everyone at this point has read this book. It's not a 5-star book, but it's definitely like up there. I'm gonna give it 4.75. It was nearly a 5-star, but it didn't give me a 5-star feeling. And that is one book that's been sitting on my TBR. Done. Let's go and pick the next book, because I've got a bit of time, because it's a bank holiday and I would like to keep reading, because now I'm in the reading little mood, you know. We're now in my room. We're now with the bookcase, the wonderful bookcase. So I'm gonna pull off some of the books that have been on my TBR for like way too long. And when I say way too long, I'm talking like over a year. Like, if these are books that have been on my TBR since 2023, then, or like the beginning of 2024, then they are being kind of an option in this video. Okay, so we've actually got quite a lot going on here. We've got Love and Colour, which has been on my TBR for a long time. Vicious by V.E. Schwab, again, a long time. This is a contender because, you know, I kind of want to switch it up a little bit and read something a little bit different. And this is like almost like a, I think this is like fantasy-ish, or like dystopian, I don't know. We've then got Heartless by Marissa Myers, again, a book that's been on my TBR for a very long time. And I'm assuming would probably be quite easy to get through because it's like a retelling of like the Queen of Hearts story. We've then got The Catch by T.M. Logan, which literally this book has been sitting on my TBR for so long. And I do like a thriller, and I've got this one on my Kindle as well, so I could like do both, you know, dip in to the Kindle one, which would probably mean I'd get through it a bit quicker because I could read that before going to sleep. So that's an option. We've got The Book Club by CJ Cooper, again, like just a thriller, but it's literally been on my TBR for so long. The issue with thrillers, right, is I haven't really read a good one at the minute, and it's kind of stressing me out. We've then got Restore Me by, which is the next one in the Shatter Me series, which I think is the one that G told me I needed to read. So I could again fly through this, and again I've got it on my Kindle, so also a good option. Magpie by Elizabeth Day, a thriller, which again on my Kindle, that G has been asking me to read for ages. She actually got me this, and actually it's actually not that long. It's like 324 pages, so if it's like good, I actually probably would get through this quite quickly. The Paper Palace, again, it's been sitting around for a long time. This Woven Kingdom, again, sitting around for a long time, but I feel like I need to finish the Shatter Me series before I start another Tahira Mafi series. And then we've got Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which again has been around here for a long time, a long time. And then The Split, which every time I do, like on Fable, there's like this, you can like get it to like pick from your TBR, so you pick your next read, and it always picks this one for me, always. So they're the options. I think I'm gonna whittle it down to these 4 options. So we've got V. Schwab's Vicious, All of Us Villains, Magpie, and then Restore Me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that little Fable AI thing to pick one of those books. Okay, well I didn't ask that one because it wouldn't let me do it, it wouldn't work. But we asked Snapchat AI and it picked Vicious. So this is what we're going to read next.
I'm always dreaming about you. I'm always dreaming about you. I'm always dreaming about you.
I realise I haven't actually given you an update. Wow, I need a tan. This girl is pale. I haven't given you a reading update in a while. I am on page 222. Ooh, angel numbers. So I've read quite a bit of it, see? It's good, like it's quite gripping. You're kind of now starting to get like a bit more of like what's going on. If you don't know what Vicious is about, it follows Victor and Eli, who were basically friends at college, and then something happens that causes Victor to then get arrested, and then he breaks out of prison, and he's basically like determined to like find Eli because of like what happened in the past. But they basically have these conditions where like basically you can develop extraordinary abilities. The way that you get the extraordinary abilities is by dying and then being basically revived. So it's like basically following that whole thing. But yeah, but it's good. So I'm definitely going to read a bit more. I'm hoping to finish this like between like today and tomorrow. I think probably tomorrow, because I've still got like 100 pages to go, just over 100. So I'm not going to finish it today. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Well, I will have to see how I feel at the end of it. I think it's the first, I think it's a duology. and whether I feel like I need to pick up the next book soon, or if I think I'm fine with just the one. Good morning. We are still reading Vicious. This has taken me longer than I thought it was going to take me to read. I think it's because the writing's quite small. I mean, it's good, but it's not gripping me as much as if he had been with me, gripped me. But we're nearly at the end. I think I've literally I've got like 50 pages left, I think. So we're very near the end. Hopefully I'm not gonna I've got half an hour before I need to log on for work, so I'm gonna read half an hour now, which I won't get to the end, but I'll probably be able to finish at my lunch break, which would be great news. So we finished this. The last like 20 pages were wild, to be honest. Yeah, like lots of different things were like happening, like all within like a short space of time. And now I don't know if there is a series, if there is a second one in this one. I think there is, but I'm not sure. But if there is, I might read the second one, but probably not going to put it on like my immediate TBR. So yeah, so this is book 2 done for this video. I'm going to finish this video with Magpie by Elizabeth Day. And the reason I picked this is because it's been on my list for a long time. G got it for me, I think 2 years ago, when we did one of our book buying each other videos. And it's also on my Kindle, so I can kind of flip between the two again, which actually seems to be the best way to do this. When Marissa meets Jake, everything falls into place, and then their new lodger, Kate, arrives. Something isn't right about her. It's the way she looks at Jake, keeps her toothbrush right next to theirs, and constantly asks questions about the baby they are trying for. Or maybe it's all in Marissa's head. That's what Jake thinks, and she trusts him, doesn't she? But Marissa knows something is wrong, and she is determined to find out why, even if it costs her everything. So it's giving a little bit not Handmaid's Tale, what's it called? The Housemaid. I actually didn't like The Housemaid. Controversial opinion, didn't really like The Housemaid. Wasn't really gripping for me. So this is kind of giving like a similar vibe. So we're going to read this next and see how we get on. I have a massive gripe with this book. Okay, we're 60 pages in. Okay, I told you the premise of this book, okay? This lodger moves into this house that this couple live in, and it's all going a bit weird. In the first 60 pages, we've learnt far too much about the backstory of these characters. I don't need to know what happened in her childhood. Like, I get it, her mum abandoned her, she's got trauma, blah, blah, blah. That's not relevant to the story. Like, I know it's not relevant to the story because that's not what you talked about in the back. Like, the back of this book says this lodger moves in, she's a bit weird. And they basically, in like one chapter, have been like, she puts her toothbrush in their master bedroom and she like follows her to a yoga class. That's the only thing we know about this lodger. I'm 60 pages into this book. I'm on coming up to chapter 7. And this is like my biggest gripe with thriller books. Like, if you want me to actually read this book and get into it and like feel like an intense desire to keep reading, which is the whole point of a thriller, don't give me the backstory. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. It's got nothing to do with the story. So stop telling me about it. I'm really, yeah, as you can tell, I'm really struggling with this one. I think I'm going to try, I'm giving it until 100 pages. That would then have meant that I've read like a third of the book. If we don't start hearing about why this lodger, Kate, is weird and all of this stuff, I might have to DNF it. Because I just don't like, what, you're wasting my time. I could be reading something else and you're just wasting my time. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Elise, you look a bit dressed up to talk to us about your book. Well, that's because I'm going out, but I needed to update you because, well, we finally got somewhere, didn't we? Okay, so I know what I said, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's my favourite book, because it's not going to be. I know that. I know it's not going to be my favourite thriller book, because there are bits that I don't really enjoy about it. But we're now getting somewhere. Kate and, what's his name? Jake. If you know, you know. I already guessed that was probably what was going to happen because, duh, obviously. So yeah, so this is shaping up to be a little bit more interesting than we thought it was going to be. But yeah, it's getting good. We're into part 2. We've read 100-ish pages. So let's see where it goes from here. We've just finished Magpie. I don't really have anything to say. It didn't necessarily get any better. It didn't necessarily get any worse. I've read it. So I guess there's that. I don't really have anything else to say about this book, to be honest. Like, it's read now, you know? Like, it wasn't great, it wasn't bad. It was just meh, really.